This is a showcase of all my masks, bases made with the cat bases and made of cardboard. This one, he has a third eye. I gave him a name, but I don't remember it. He is also one of my only lined masks at this moment. And I made these pins for his ear. And then there's this guy, who I haven't exactly finished yet because I haven't really figured out anything to do with him. And then there's this guy, who I made when I was figuring out muzzles. His hair's a little messy. And figuring out the furring and all that. Yeah. And these two I am still actively working on. I just don't have any felt for them yet. They're both supposed to be foxes in the future, hopefully. I used some air dry clay, but it's obviously cracking. Ew. Oh man, what? Hold on. Okay. That shouldn't be too hard to fix. And then there's this one, which is, yes, this is supposed to be a fox. I know this is a little bit big of a muzzle for a fox, but it's kind of based on a character that I have, so this cat one. Well, excuse you. I know I showed this one in one of my shorts, along with this one. And it has a little tooth. I love that it has a little toothy tooth so much. It's like one of the only few masks that I've smoothed that are done up nicely that I think are like really pretty. And then there's this one, which is one of my first few ones that I made. Also incredibly pretty. Little heart on the back of the ear. And then there's this one with the removable tongue. I made it removable so I can add it to any of my other masks that are similar to this. Like that. Blep. But I kind of just keep it on this one, though I know I could have rounded out the ears, and I probably should have, and it would have been a really pretty bear. So this was like a costume bow tie, and I just put it on there because I thought it looked cute. Meh. I have this mask. Started out as like a weird core flower mask. I used chalk pastels for like the little blushing under the eyes. And then I added a worm on a string, flowers, some glue, hot glue eyes that I made because I didn't have googly eyes. Yeah, I actually really think this mask is super pretty. I was originally gonna base it off of like an Animal Jam emoji thing. But yeah. Like the mesh for the eyes is different. I don't really like this mesh for this eye, but I think it looks good this wise. And then this one was like a zombie Halloween one, which actually I thought looked a little cool because these two could like fit perfectly. And then this one was like a mask for that one. I don't know what I was on. I just thought it was cool. It's missing an eye. I screwed up a little bit right there with like the red paint, but it looks good, honestly. In my opinion. He looks moldy. I actually used pink, believe it or not, as the base for this guy. I think the blending around the eye looks good. This is my first one that I made. He is a Russian blue. Not felted, also, but I think he's actually really pretty. no matter how streaky his forehead is. So, and then there's this one. Ugh. Some of these you might not actually see in any of my videos because this is just a showcase. I really like this one. I just used like a bunch of different like felt. I used this one and like I made like a weird dog one with it, with the gray felt, but I don't know if I still have him, and if I do, I don't know where he's at. But yeah, I just kind of glue a bunch of different kinds of felt on him. Thought he looked cool, so and added the little ear piercing thing. And then onto my masks that had like the different bases that I wasn't actually a fan of because of the way they were built. And there's this one. It's got purple neon paint around its eye. Actually has like a scar. And I think I've done like neon stars on the face too, yeah. But it was supposed to be for like a neon night thing. Neon night? Yeah. This one also has like the paint on its ear around that area. But yeah, I never actually used it, but I think it would look super cool in black light. Yeah. And then there's this one, which I squinted the eye and used like the crappy one. So that's why I had to like felt it around the eyes so I could wear it comfortably. And it had like a jewel, like not directly in the middle of its head, but it's like a weird little alien guy. I think it would actually look a lot better without all the spots I did on him. Not gonna lie. But other than that, I actually really like how this little guy turned out, though I never use him. And then there's this one. Chomp out of the ear. A little star on the muzzle. Yeah. And it's just this one. So bleh. On to the ones. Well, this is just a few because I still have like 4 hanging up that I just left up because they're like decorations. And one is actually it's 3. One is a bear. The other is a mouse. And then another one is like a horned fox or something or other. I might showcase it in some other one, but the fox, well, the fox and the mouse are just like, I don't know how to explain it other than they wouldn't be comfortable to wear because they are kind of top heavy. Actually, so they're just basically art masks like this one. I knew this one would be kind of heavy because I used like Play-Doh on the beak, but I think it's like really pretty. There's this horned fox one, which is similar to the one that I have up, but these ones are obviously made out of cardboard, thicker cardboard. But this one's actually my favorite fox mask that I've made straight up out of cardboard. I had to make it comfortable because this stuff is itchy, but I can kind of see out of it, but this one's my favorite. I love this one. It's so pretty, in my opinion. It's the nicest fox one I've made to date. A little deer. Yes, none of these ones actually have mesh because I didn't have mesh. And yes, they have this kind of string on them because I didn't have any string. A little bit of fabric to be comfortable around the nose. This one, I actually don't know what was going on with this one. Though I might actually take this one apart and like readjust the snoot and repaint it. And here's the first one I made. Yes, I used like a shoelace to tie it together because I didn't have elastic at that time. Let go. And I have 2 here, like tangled. And then here's a raccoon one. Also kind of neon, a little funky. Well, that's okay. Here's a fox one. I think this was actually around where I started doing the bean eyebrows because I liked them. And then here's like a gray fox, marbled fox, I think. So yeah, there's that one. And then I made like a cow when I was still figuring out like the muzzle thing. Like this muzzle looks decent actually. Somehow I gained like some stuff right there. Yeah, it's just a cow. And then here's a mask that I didn't actually finish and was taped together actually. No hot glue, no tape. And yes, the ears are made of paper. Yeah. So, because I wanted to like figure out like the whole posable ear thing. Figures. And then actually one of my other first few masks that I made and actually wanted to wear, it's got a little ear piercing like my cat one. It's a golden retriever. I furred this one kind of crappily, to be honest. But yeah, it's got a lot going on. Yes, it's like a helmet thing. I don't even know if it fits properly anymore. Yeah, I guess it does. It's still kind of wonky, but it is what it is. I made it when I made it. It's like a couple years old, I think. Like my other ones, but that's okay. Bye, y'all.